Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and today it's time for episode 96 of my question and answer series. So starting at the bottom with the Colonel Angel, I guess. What are your thoughts on buying refurbished phones from Amazon? I think that since Amazon's customer service is generally pretty good and on the side of the customer, I don't really think you should have any issues buying refurbished phones from Amazon. And do you think a CMOS TPU case for an HTC M7 is a good case? Well, if this is the one you're referring to, I think it's just a fine case. I mean, it's a very simple and straightforward TPU case with sort of an S pattern on the back, and it looks like it's the same exact case for the most part as the red TPU case that I had for my Nexus 5 some months ago. And it had dimpled sides, as you can see here, so you should get an extra amount of grip as opposed to holding the phone without a case at all. And I just really find this to be a simple, straightforward case that will get the job done, and especially the clear one, it can still show through your device's design, although you may have issues when you are, or after some time, because clear TPU cases generally turn sort of dark yellow and things like that. Not sure if that's the case with this one, but for the most part, I mean, if you do get this case, I think you should be pretty happy with it. And considering its price and the high number of positive reviews on Amazon, it should be a decent case for you to get. From SB Park, what are your thoughts about iPhone 6? Is it true that there are going to be multiple sizes? Well, given all of the rumors, it surely does seem that there will be two different screen sizes, a 4.7 inch and a 5.5 inch. Now, since LG announced the G3 yesterday with its 5.5 inch display and the fact that the phone itself is sized to be comparable to a phone with a 5.1 inch display, maybe Apple can pull off a 5.5 inch display without the size of the phone being too large to where you couldn't actually use it with one hand, because the Galaxy S5 has a 5.1 inch display and it's pretty sizable. And since the G3 has a 5.5 inch display in the size of a phone that's comparable to the Galaxy S5, I do think that Apple might be able to pull this off. Now, back to your question, I do believe that there will be two screen sizes given all of the rumors supporting this, but my thoughts in general about the iPhone 6 is that it's just another iPhone with incremental, predictable updates to it. That's pretty much par for the course for other devices as well, non-Apple devices too. So next up, from Zofath Ali, do you think the iPhone 6 will be announced or introduced at WWDC? I don't think so. It really seems as though WWDC, given the name of the conference, will be more about software such as iOS 8 and macOS 10.10. So I don't really think we'll be seeing any real hardware updates, or at least anything that we're expecting, such as the iPhone. That will probably come at a later date. So this is a duplicate. And lastly, with Just a Commenter 232, would you want to upgrade your iPhone to iPhone 6 when it comes out, or are you going to stick with your iPhone 5S? I'm definitely going to be getting the next iPhone on launch day. Probably just going to pre-order it and have it show up to my door so I don't have to go out and wait in line like I did for the iPhone 5, which is an interesting experience, but nothing I would really like to do again. So I will definitely be getting the next iPhone when it comes out. The plan before was to get my iPhone 5 and just get the iPhone 6 after a couple of years, like I've been doing with every other iPhone that I had. The iPhone 3G went to the 4 to the 5. The 5S was just kind of a side effect or after effect of sort of trying to do some repairs to my iPhone 5 that ultimately did not work. And financially, it really did make more sense to sell the 5 that I had for whatever it was worth, pay for the 5S, and then sell it when the 6 comes out or before the 6 comes out, because it should still be worth a lot of money, to where it actually did make more sense, as confusing as it might sound. And that's it with episode 96 of my question and answer series. Tune in next week for episode 97. If you have anything that you would like me to try and answer or talk about, go ahead and leave that down below in the comments area. But that's it with the video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you all very soon.